Hey everybody, and happy holidays. Jeremy here, and today I'm going to be trying out this new frying pan from our good friends over at Ninja, and it's this. This is the Ninja Foodi Neverstick 12-inch frying pan. So I gotta admit, when Ninja first announced this cookware, I was a bit taken back because they've been training us to step away from the stovetop and instead do most of our cooking inside of their appliances, their pressure cookers, their air fryers, their ovens. But now they're just taking things back to basics, and they have an entire set of cookware if you're interested. Now, I got this particular one from Kohl's. The regular price on this is 50 bucks, but you know how Kohl's is. They always have a coupon. They always have something going on. So after some Kohl's cash and an instant coupon, I paid about $26 for this pan, and I'm going to try it out and see how good it is. There's been some mixed reviews about this pan. Some people have been saying it's wonderful, it's truly never stick. Other people have been saying it's horrible. It sticks, everything sticks to it. They tried to cook eggs and it turned out to be a complete disaster. But we are going to see how it turns out for me. So before we get cooking, which is going to be some pancakes, first, let's go over some specs, because even though it's kind of weird to talk about specs with a frying pan, I think in this case it's worth it. One of the best features of this frying pan is that it's oven safe up to 500 degrees, which is great because if you're cooking something on the stovetop and then you want to put it in the oven, you don't have to worry about dirtying up another dish. You can just put it all in there, all in one. And most of the time, you're not going to go above 500 degrees anyway, so that really works out from that standpoint. Another interesting thing about this particular pan is that one of the selling points is that they say it's made of 30% more forged aluminum versus the Ninja Foodi Neverstick C100 model. Now, what in the world does that even mean? Well, according to the animation, this forged aluminum, they're like referring to like this part here. So they're saying that basically the pan is a bit thicker, but what's the C100 model and why is that one inferior? Well, I did some looking around and it looks like the C100 models are sold at Walmart, and those are cheaper. They're about $40 as opposed to $50. And Ninja usually does that. They give Walmart the cheaper version of their appliances and they omit a couple features, but in this case it looks like that they're giving you a thinner frying pan. I don't know if that's good or bad, but the fact that they keep boasting that it has more of this aluminum in it, it makes it sound like the Walmart version is probably not the way to go. So look for another model. This one in particular is model C330, so look for something with C300 because that seems to be the better one. This frying pan will also work on a variety of different cooktops. So if you have a gas, electric, glass, or induction cooktop, you should be good to go. And then the other thing is, as far as the nonstick coating goes, I know a lot of people know what's in it. Well, it's PFOA, cadmium, and lead free. So that means a lot to you. That's great. It's dishwasher safe. You can use metal utensils in this, so that's pretty good. You don't have to worry about trying to find something because you don't want to scrape it up with your fork. It's good for your metal utensils, and like I said, it's good with the induction cooktops, which are really cool. I wish I had one, maybe one day. All right, so that's the nitty-gritty of this pan. I've already washed it, so now I'm gonna make some pancakes, because when it comes to making pancakes, I always had to either put some oil or butter in a pan in order for it to not stick. So I'm not gonna do that this time. We're just gonna see how those pancakes turn out. Now, normally I wouldn't look up instructions on how to use a frying pan, but I thought it was important in this case with Ninja since people are getting mixed results. So according to the instructions on their website, the best way to use this is to let it heat up for around 2 to 3 minutes, and not to turn the heat on blazing hot, but just kind of gradually warm it up. I have this kind of like at a medium setting. My eye goes all the way up from 1 to 6, and then there's a high setting. So then I've got it in between 3 or 4, and I'm going to let it warm up for just a couple more minutes at this point. And then I'm going to test to see how hot it is by taking a little bit of water and just sprinkling it on the pan. And then if it sizzles and evaporates, that's how you know it's ready to go. It seems like it's real basic stuff. It's a frying pan. There's no computers in it. But I'm just trying to do the best that I can so that I can get the best results possible. And this is a gas stove, by the way, so I got some fire under here. All right, so that's been a few minutes. I think that we are good to go. So Got some pancake batter here. Nothing special about this. This is just regular Aunt Jemima's, add water to it, and then you have pancakes batter. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here, right in the middle. Not gonna make it too big because honestly my pancake flipping game is not as strong as I would like for it to be. So let's just leave it like that. And then we'll come back when it's time to flip and see if it sticks. Pretty simple. I think it may be time to flip this, but before I do, I'm gonna touch this handle. It is still nice and cool to the touch. I'm gonna give it one of these and just kind of see if it slides. I'm just curious. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so nothing is sliding, but let's flip it. Let's see what happens. Huh. Well, that came off pretty easily. A little bit rough on the landing. We got a little bit of splatter along the edges there, but you saw that it was a very smooth pickup. So it didn't stick at all. And in fact, the bottom looked absolutely clean. And it also looks to me like it's pretty even. You notice like this little clear line right around it, you know, it's like an eclipse. It's pretty much even all the way around for the most part, like a perfect circle. So maybe that says something to the evenness of the cooking of this. So it usually doesn't take very long for the other side. So let's just look at the other side. There you go. This pancake is done. And as you can see, that was pretty easy. It didn't stick. Good stuff. Since we got some pancakes out already, how about we throw some bacon in there too? See how it cooks bacon. Hang on. I have some Oscar Mayer regular cut bacon, not the thick cut bacon here. You're probably wondering, well, Jeremy, bacon produces its own grease, so that's not going to show how non-stick it is. And, you know, maybe you're right. But I've also had some skillets in the past that bacon did actually stick to. That says the quality of the types of pans that I was using. But since we already have pancakes out, we might as well cook some bacon and just, you know, at least see how the evenness of the cooking goes. So I'm just going to throw 4 strips of bacon in there, and I'm going to instantly start moving it around. And as you can see, they're sliding really easily. No resistance at all. All right, so let's let these cook. We're just ready to flip some bacon. I know I am. All right, so let's just give it a little jostle. Still, you know, bacon's not sticking to anything. Good, so let's go ahead and flip them. I always hated the way that the bacon curls up, so it's not laying flat, so it's like not cooking evenly. That's why I prefer to cook bacon in an air fryer. I just can't get it right. All right, so even though the bacon is not done yet, I'm gonna call that a success because the bacon didn't stick. I didn't have to scrape it off of the pan or anything. And then even at the bottom, as I kind of just moved the little bits around, the little bits are coming off real easy too. So that tells me that it's going to be also pretty easy to clean. All right, so lastly, what I'm going to do when this bacon is done, I'm going to clean the skillet, and then I'm going to try to make an egg. And this is special because I will be trying to make an egg for the very first time because I don't know how to make eggs at all. So this is just for science. See you in a little bit. So I want to show you the cleaning process real quick. Now, just so you know, this has been sitting on the stove for about 10 minutes or so because I was trying to remove some of the dirty dishes inside of this sink. But this is just what it looks like straight off the stove. You see that there's some grease in there, and then you got some little bits right there as well. So that's how that's going to do. I'm going to pour this grease into a container, and now let's just wash it. First, I'm just going to give it a little bit of rinse, no scrubbing. See how it looks. All right, with no scrubbing, got most of it off. Whoops. With no scrubbing, most of it is off, but we still got that little residue right there. So if I were to grab my sponge, just give it a wipe like that. That's on the sponge. And you see, like that is really, really easy to clean just from this bacon. But let me give it a more thorough clean, and then we can try out an egg. All right, time for the egg test. You might notice that there's like some streaking going on inside the pan. I'm assuming that that's from the water, but just want to let you know, just in case you want to think like, oh, is there any butter or oil or something that you put in there? Nope, that is just the pan itself, straight from the sink, right onto the stovetop. Let it warm up for a few minutes. I have an egg. I'm going to crack it and just and just dump it in there. I don't know how to cook an egg, but we are just going to see how this turns out. Okay, is surely not the most perfect drop into the frying pan that an egg can do. And also I think that my stove is like tilted or something, so you can see the egg is running towards the back, but I don't care. This is about science, and we're going to see how this turns out. And also, for the record, I have not changed the heat setting. It's still between the 3 and the 4 on my burner. I've got my spatula that I used for the bacon. I got that right here. I'm just gonna let this go for a little bit longer. I don't know how long this is supposed to take for an egg, but yeah, we're gonna see. Let me just, it's probably too soon, but let me just give it a, ooh, look, you see that? You see that? Okay, let me try the, see that? It's doing the sliding around thing. Okay, so let me see if I could, I don't know if you could fold it in on itself. I don't, Jesus. You understand what I'm trying to do here? I tried to flip it over, but I'm having a really rough time doing so. Whatever, let's just do that. Jeremy doesn't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook eggs, no. But now I've got the yolk on the frying pan, so we're going to see how that works. If it's going to slide around, or if even that part's going to like stick and be horrible. We'll see in a second. But I'd imagine that if you wanted to make like an omelet or something, you know, and you fold it over on itself, you see how easy it was to slide around. So if you know what you're doing, that could work out pretty good. I'm glad that this is a non-stick demonstration and not a cooking demonstration. All right, let's see how this yolk is holding up. Yeah, that's not sticking. Let's do the sliding around thing again. All right, so it's not sliding. It's not sliding anymore. But let's just try to move this. You know, but as you can see, I mean, look at that. And there's nothing showing up on that pan. Nothing at all. Flip it over. Is that how eggs work? Who knows? Who cares? But as you can see, it didn't stick. And now we can do this. Pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm going to leave all that in. I want to say that this egg test was a success. Nothing stuck. And once I get this out and like take this little bit out, you probably wouldn't even realize that anything was ever on it at all. So yeah, breakfast was a success. Let's wrap this up. Well, as you just saw, the little breakfast test using the Ninja Foodi skillet was pretty darn successful, if I do say so myself. Nothing stuck to it. The pancake batter didn't stick to it. The bacon was nice and easy. And most importantly, the egg didn't have any problems at all. You know, here it is right here. It's still pretty hot. You see it's still smoking. I'm suffering burns, but it was worth it to show you what this skillet can do. So I'm not really too sure what's going on with some of the user reviews. I've seen like photos of eggs leaving a horrible streaky yellow mess all on the frying pan, and I don't know why. That might be a quality control issue. It might be user error. It could be both. I'm not sure, but I'm glad that it worked out good for me. Only thing that I would say is that before you use it, just use it on a medium heat setting and let it come up to temperature for 2 to 3 minutes. Don't rush the process, and you know, maybe that'll help you out a bit with that. but I've been pretty impressed with what it has done here today. So if I find myself needing to use the stovetop for something and I can't use the Ninja Foodi pressure cooker or the oven or the grill or the standalone air fryer to get the job done, this will be the skillet that I go to first. And I've got a cast iron skillet over there too that I've been using for like 5 or 6 years, and I really like that skillet, but I think I'll be using the Ninja Foodi skillet right now instead, since it's really good with the non-stick stuff. And also, before I go, if you wanted to keep it all in the family and you wanted to know, can you use the Ninja Foodi skillet inside of the Ninja Foodi Oven XL? Nope, you can't. The skillet's too big, handle's too long, it won't fit. So you're gonna have to put it inside of your regular oven if you wanna do that, unfortunately. But there you go. Like I said, the skillet costs about 50 bucks, the retail price, but you can look around, you might be able to get it for cheaper. And then they also sell these bundles that's full of different kitchen pots and pans and saute pans with lids, all with the Ninja Foodi Neverstick technology, whatever, incorporated into it. It gets a little bit pricey. You might spend a few $100 to get all of them, but they're there if you are ready to pay for it. So thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.